It's time for local stories from across the East. Local food. Local fashion. Local businesses. This is your home for local. This is the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Hello and welcome to the East Daily Download. It is Halloween and this is a special edition. My name is Batman. I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East that today brings us to Halloween Express in Greenville. It's not really Batman, but just go with it. We have a huge show in store for you today. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But let me first tell you you can find the show. We're at WNCT.com under the Download tab. Also Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Use the East Daily Download hashtag and the WNCT mobile app. You can scroll down, download it from the Google Play or App Store, and watch the show anywhere. Okay, we are in the Halloween Express in Greenville looking for a Halloween costume. I don't think this one is it because I can't keep this voice up too much longer. But we have a big show in store for you, and this is what's on. We'll have a new real estate roundup. Since it's Halloween, we take you behind the scenes of the new movie Maleficent. We're at Halloween Express in part 2 of our interview with owner Lisa Cartwright talking about Halloween and Halloween costumes. And if all that wasn't enough, we have a new Loving Home with 10 p.m. anchor Angie Casada. Let's take a look.
Dakota, energetic. He loves to climb trees and be up high and ride his bike and talk. He likes to learn different things. We'll have discussions, and if I don't know the answer, well, let's look it up. Okay.
I like basketball. Well, I like all sports, actually. Not all sports, but I like sports in general.
Do you know what you want to be when you get older?
A basketball player. My favorite basketball team in the NBA is the Golden State Warriors. And my favorite person on there is Curry. And my favorite college basketball team is the Carolina Tar Heels.
Energy. Conversation, because he loves to talk. He loves to know. You know, there's never a quiet moment with Dakota. Fun.
I like to do fun stuff. And play cards. And play video games. And play Hot Wheels. I just like to play a lot. And I do like to climb trees. His inquisitiveness. I mean, I've said it already, but I haven't seen too many kids who enjoy knowing. My favorite subject is math, and then my second favorite is reading.
What would be the ideal family for Dakota?
Mom and dad, energetic, young, so they can keep up with him. Willing to sit down and have a conversation and have patience to just let him do his thing. My young family, that way, if there's no kids that I can have, so they can play with me if they have time. And I would like for them to have a doggy. Just like all my other kids, he's special and deserves a family who will love him. 'Cause I can't go back to my mom unless I'm 18, and I don't want to go keep bouncing around from home to home. I wanted the family to be a caring family that wants what's best for me.
Something funny starts to happen when you push yourself forward 5-second decisions at a time. Your life changes. So the 5-second rule is a universal law. Here it is. The moment you have an instinct to do something, you got to move within 5 seconds or your brain will talk you out of it. My whole life changed 11 years ago when I decided to launch myself out of bed like a rocket.
Yes! Yes!
And I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and stood up. And that one 5-second decision changed my entire life. Change comes down to a choice, not the big choices, actually the little ones, the ones that happen 5 seconds at a time. The Mel Robbins Show is not a show, it's an experience where you start to understand what's holding you back, and more importantly, you take that next step toward getting the life that you want and the life that you deserve.
The East's Daily Download is all about you. It's about local stories featuring local businesses. If you or your business would like to be featured, contact the sales team at WNCT. And be sure to watch new episodes weekday mornings at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW. Watch 9 on Your Side News anywhere, anytime with Live Stream 9.
Well, hey, we are back here at Halloween Express. It's Halloween, so we're taking a tour of the place, looking at costumes, trying to find something that's great for tonight. We still have a lot in the show to come. Boy, there's a lot of good stuff here. Still to come, we are going to have a new real estate roundup. We're going to go behind the scenes of the new movie Maleficent, which is perfect because it's Halloween. But right now, I want to bring you part 2 of our 3-part interview that we have with Lisa Cartwright, who's the owner of Halloween Express here in Greenville. This place is awesome. Give you plenty of time to get out here. It's open through the weekend. I'm going to keep looking for costumes because, I mean, who doesn't want to wear an elephant mask? I mean, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so we will see you in a minute. Let's go and keep looking. Is there one group more than another who comes in, or is it kind of spread across everybody?
It's college kids. I mean,
this is a college town.
It's a college town. I went to school here. That's why I opened this store, because I was like, Halloween Express, you need one in Greenville. So here I am. But I mean, we have lots of families, and that's one thing that I love about that I've had this store 21 years.
Yeah.
And my store, you know, all the people that work for me, we take pride in our customer service, and I think the reason we do that is I'm a huge shop local girl, huge, and we are local. I live like a mile from here, and so I love that people come in and they're like, hey, and I'm like, oh gosh, you know, how was your costume last year? Like, I like that, you know. We have families, but college kids are who's in here that's going to be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday of Halloween.
If you look back to 21 years ago, does everything look completely different, or is it still kind of the same thing?
Well, it's interesting you ask that because we talk about that a lot. The industry has learned to take characters that we all well know and turn them into a cute costume. When I opened this business 21 years ago, my husband was like, you know, I just don't know, like people like to make their costumes, you know? And my dad would do that. I mean, he'd do one side of my face one thing and one, you know, but now, you know, it's just like technology. We have it now. We have where you can walk up and grab this costume and walk out the door, and people are busy. What we try to tell people is, you know, you take the costume and you can put it on, or you can take the costume and add stuff to it to make it your own. You'll see a girl put it up there and she's got a pair of fishnets and a, you know, bunny ears and a feather duster and a costume, and she's being, you know, a bunny, a French maid, and then whatever the costume is. So you've got to be realistic in the sense of what people are spending. And you've just got to have that need for everybody. Some people want to go all out. You know, some people do makeup, and once you do makeup, you'll do makeup every time because it's amazing. When you get makeup on, I mean, you're a totally different person. And yet look, and we have makeup artists on staff. There's so many people that think Halloween, one, they're like, I'm just too old for Halloween. That's totally crazy. I am 46 years old and I love Halloween. But then you've got people that just, you know, they don't really want to do it and they're like, Halloween. I'm like, but you don't have to go all out.
Right.
We will be open until November the 4th. We'll be open all weekend, and then the stuff will go on sale, and then Monday will be our last day. Come see me.
John Seeley spent 28 years in the military, serving in places like Vietnam and Schofield Barracks on Oahu. But it was after retirement when he was faced with a new battle.
I'd never heard the word before, and you know, it's really a disease of the nerves.
In 1988, he was diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy.
I don't have balance. My balance is lousy, and I really need 3 points to connect, or I lose my spatial orientation.
3 years ago, Seeley was introduced to his third point, Eli, a Labradoodle assist dog.
Brace, Eli. And when I'm sitting in a chair, a low chair, and I can't get up. You know, I position Eli in front of me, and he understands that this is the brace position there. And then I really push down on him to stand up.
Their relationship didn't start out this way. Seeley originally agreed to train Eli from Hawaii Fido service dogs to help someone else.
Some of the other dogs, once they get older, will go on to other skills as needed, depending on the individual, opening up doors, taking laundry out of the dryer, taking your shoes or clothing off, depending what the individual needs.
Susan Lewers created this accredited program 20 years ago. They've placed over 150 dogs, including nearly 20 to veterans. She said one of the top requests is assist dogs who can help with PTSD.
I can tell you that if I didn't have Eli, if I lost Eli today, there would be a void in my life.
For Veterans Voices, I'm Christine Ueno.
We are back here on East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW. Still looking for a costume for Halloween. Well, no. Oh. Well, this will do. How about Flash? It's on Eastern North Carolina CW. It's on Tuesdays. I think this is the one. Hey, still to come, we have Real Estate Roundup and Maleficent. We're going to go right now and take a look behind the scenes of that new hit movie with Angelina Jolie. And I'm going to try this.
In Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Angelina Jolie brings depth to one of Disney's most infamous and misunderstood villains.
Prince Philip has asked Aurora if she'll become his...
Don't ruin my morning.
In Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Angelina's character is dealing with the impending marriage of her goddaughter, Princess Aurora, played by Elle Fanning.
I love the mother-daughter story.
And so Maleficent and Aurora have this slightly dysfunctional family, and they may be messed up in many, many ways, but they have a very honest relationship. It's one of the beautiful things that makes her family.
No.
Yes.
No.
I wasn't really asking.
Nor was I.
What's next? You'll turn him into a goat.
Transforming into the Mistress of Evil took a combination of prosthetics and movie magic.
About an hour and a half. They're really fast. There was two amazing people, Tony and Arian, who would take turns on either side. And they went through really quickly, and they're just amazing. And they tried to make it as painless as possible.
As for her signature wings, those are CGI added after shooting.
I'll see you at the christening.
And go.
So what is Angelina like most about playing the character?
Well, she's such a... It feels powerful. Yeah. It's hard not to. You're like 8 foot tall, and yeah, she feels powerful, and she feels quite elegant. There's something about the head wrap.
Just asking you to trust me.
Love doesn't always end well, Beastie.
What have you done?
For Entertainment Tonight, I'm Kevin Frazier.
Very few people know that there are lyrics to Entertainment Tonight. Hey, here we go!
So you've had a very bad day, there's Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, yes, all right!
Hello, my name is Chris and I make stop-motion animation videos using Lego bricks. One of the first things I always do is make sure the sets are taped down and will not move. This is an important step because accidental movements over time can make the videos look shaky. Another important step is to make sure you have an interesting background or characters for your videos. The next step is to make sure that my camera is fully manual and my lights are all set. I always use manual settings on my camera because if you don't, your camera may adjust itself during shooting and it may not look consistent. Once you are ready to begin, you can plan out your movements and start taking pictures. I always connect the camera to my computer and use the mouse to take the pictures, otherwise my hand may inadvertently move the camera. After taking pictures, lots and lots and lots of pictures, can see the scene beginning to take shape. I like to move each individual element one at a time and then composite all the movements together when I'm editing. I always try and have a plan before I start shooting, and sometimes I'll shoot the same thing from different angles, so I have options when I'm editing. To edit, I use a program called After Effects. It allows me to take different pictures, cut them up, and merge them together to make one scene. I take each picture and lay it out in 2 or 3 frames. Every second of video has 30 frames, so if I want my picture to last for 2 frames, it will take 15 pictures to make 1 second of video. I like to use a mask to take out parts of the picture, or sometimes I use a chroma key to take out other parts of the picture that I don't want to use. Once I have all the elements I need, I can begin to add them together in different layers. After Effects is very powerful, and it lets me set keyframes where I can change settings at a certain point in time. Sometimes my best ideas come to me when I'm doing something mundane like cleaning or going to sleep at night. Occasionally, I have to change a project in the middle of working on it because it didn't follow how I had it planned out in my head. But that can just be part of the process. Sometimes it can take anywhere from a day or a week to make a spot, but when it all comes together, you feel really accomplished. Thanks for watching.
Trick or treat.
Watch 9 on Your Side News anywhere, anytime with Live Stream 9.
There are many brick homes plotted along Philpotts Road in the city of Norfolk with much curb appeal. And then there's this one, wedged right in between. Some call it unwelcoming and a little bit eerie, but others see love.
Red for the blood of Jesus, and white is purity. He died for the sin of the whole world, for you and me.
Bernice Archer, also known as Granny, will be turning 95 this year. Granny lives here.
The neighborhood's been watched, because she's out here greeting people.
Some children of the neighborhood, once taught the Bible inside of these spirited walls about 34 years ago, are now adults who've become protective of the house and of its owner.
She's never been one to cause anybody any harm at all. She's just always been about togetherness.
I was in and out of jail, and she, turned my life around. This says focus on the good things, and the good things will come to you.
Granny says she's been living in this house now for almost 60 years, and she says she painted it back in the 80s with the help of God. But you can imagine, with a house this bold, not everyone who drives by is in favor of it.
I'm wondering, why is the city allowing this house to be like this here?
We spoke with a woman who did not want to go on camera, and she says she drives on Philpotts Road frequently. Here's what she had to say.
Why aren't the neighbors complaining? Why haven't I ever heard anything about this house? What's going on with this house?
People who don't like what they see when looking at Granny's home say they believe it degrades the property value. I spoke with a local real estate agent who says the city doesn't have any say because Granny doesn't live in an area that has an HOA.
Inspiration. Every time I drive past, it lifts me up.
Love it or hate it.
I think it's offensive to people.
Granny says it's here to stay just as is.
You can't be ashamed of Almighty God. No way. He woke us up this morning.
And with her positive outlook on each new day, you may be able to understand what her neighbors see. Looking past all of this on the outside and focusing on the value of the person living inside. In Norfolk, Samantha German, News 3.
If you drive, walk, or maybe bike around Marquette, you probably have noticed Quincy Russell. He's kind of hard to miss.
I mean, it initially started with me basically
rollerblading like a normal person, doing it for fun, and it's kind of just over the last year snowballed into me dancing.
Quincy loves to dance. He says it just came naturally to him. All he has to do is put his rollerblades on his feet, his buds in his ears, and he's ready to go. And people have noticed.
Honestly, lately it has came up quite a bit. People do stop me like at work or while I'm out and about, and they're like, "Are you that guy that rollerblades?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm that guy that rollerblades." But it's kind of nice, you know, hearing it because it is fun being able to entertain people.
As for music, Quincy says he listens to whatever music makes him groove.
I listen to a whole mix of things. You know, I listen to the popular hip-hop nowadays, but I have a whole mix of things. It goes from that to, you know, Boy Pablo, other indie pop, you know, it doesn't really matter.
Even though it's getting chillier outside, so far it hasn't stopped Quincy from showing off his moves.
As cheesy as it sounds, I feel like free. I feel I'm able to just glide across the ground, and especially with it being able to dance. I have a lot of energy, so it really helps being able to get that out. That's what drives me to this weather. Like I can rollerblade when it's like colder out too. Like as long as I'm warm enough, you know, I'll be out.
Reporting in Marquette, Rebecca Bartlemay, Local 3 News.
Gonna go try this on. Be right back. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the East Daily Download, the Halloween edition. Thank you to Halloween Express for hosting us here. This has been an awesome experience. All that said, be safe out there tonight. Again, Halloween Express is open through the weekend. Have a great trick-or-treat night, and we will see you, come on, Friday when we hit the road for the next edition of the East Daily Download. We're live at Whirligig Stage with an interview and performance. We take a look at the new movie, Jexy. We have part 3 of our conversation with Lisa Cartwright, owner of Halloween Express. We've got a new Fashion Friday, and WNCT 9 on Your Side anchor Shayla Reeves joins us for a new Let's Craft. So join us Friday for an all-new The East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW. Hey, don't forget, happy Halloween. We'll see you tomorrow here on the East Daily Download. Thank you again for joining us today, and happy birthday to my wife. Halloween, baby. See you later.